Morning. It's Thursday the 10th of April. I think it is anyway. Oh no, it's Thursday. I don't know if that's the date, but anyways. This is the 4th time I've been out on the river this season. First time was opening day, entirely unremarkable. Cold, overcast, useless. Waste of time coming out, frankly, but I just wanted to come out. Second time I came out, it was an absolute disaster. Before even getting into the water, I managed to lose my sunglasses when somebody ran over them in their car. My fault, I dropped them on the road. And then I get into the water and discovered I had an inch-long gash along the seam of my right boot. So that was the end of that. That's my boot foot waders. I was like, right, that's that done. Then I came out a few days ago. I went up and down the river twice and I had one long distance release. That was it for the entire day. It was far too cold. It's still a wee bit cold. And I've caught a tree. Nope, I've saved it. Caught a tree behind me there. It's still a bit cold, but the sun's trying to come out. So there have been a few wee hatches, little gnats and the things with the little V-shaped tails. I can never remember what they're called. So I've just got my standard size 16 greenwells on, using my TFO 9-foot 4-weight with my Gray's, what's it called, GTS 300 reel. Decent wee setup, it's nice and light, I can use this all day. So I'm just going to come out and do one walk up the river as far as, maybe I might go up as far as airport pools, I'm not sure yet. But I'll just do my customary 5 minutes here just to get my line wet and my hand in, you know. When I came out the first day, my casting was so rusty, it was embarrassing. But because last season, never really got to fish much at all. I just lost the timing a wee bit, you know. But I think I've got it back. We'll see. We'll see. So nothing's really changed since last time. I've got some new gear and I've got some new plans, but don't we all have new plans for the new season? All weather dependent obviously, but got some new gear, got a new kayak, blah blah blah, got some plans, go further afield. Just at the moment I don't have transport, I'm not able to drive. So it's kind of, it limits me to what I can do and where I can go. And I need to go for a day and just that's it, or take overnight gear or pay for a hotel. But in some of the places I want to go, especially up the northeast coast, the hotel prices can be extortionate. When you couple that with the price of a ticket in some of these waters, it's like, no. But anyway, I'm waffling. I'm going to try and waffle less, fish more. That's my plan. But yeah, the water's pretty shallow, too shallow really for this time of year. It should really be quite a lot deeper than this, and it is absolutely gin clear. And pretty bloody cold. So I think today is going to be a difficult one. So in the last 3 times I've been out, I've seen maybe 4 fish rising, and that's a combined maybe 12-13 hours of fishing. So it's not been great, but fishing for you, innit? Anyways, so I'm just going to have a few more casts in here. If nothing shows, I'm going to go up to the beer pool, then the benches, Dingley Dale and all that. You know the drill by now. Oh, was that I felt it might have been a wee nibble there. Hard to tell. I'll drift back down over that. I don't think so, I just felt like maybe like a wee par or something in there. It's just grabbed the tail of the fly. Nah well, maybe it's felt the hook and spat it out. So, I'm going to go up to the weir, just spend a few minutes there, and then it'll be do my usual tour of the pools. I saw quite a few fish, well quite a few relatively speaking, 3 fish rising in Soggy Ass last week, but I couldn't get them to take, which is always the way with that pool. It can be really difficult to fish. Oh, sorry, I lost my breath and my foot in there for a second. So I'm going to go up and see if they're still poking about. But I'll do the up at Dingley Dell. I gave the weir a miss. There was a couple of people out playing with their dogs in the water, so that was that. I'm not really fussed. I don't really fish the weir very often. I never catch anything in it, so not really bothered. So the water's still really low up here. This is usually quite a deep pool where fish will hold, but I'm not seeing anything. It's been uncharacteristically sunny for the last week or two. Not particularly warm, but very sunny. So the algae that lives on the rocks has just bloomed way too early in the season. And because we've had no rain, the new growth hasn't been sort of, you know, washed off and taken downstream. So it's like more like an can't speak today. It's more like an ice rink than it is normally. I took a mild tumble there, just got a wet hand, but it's a wee warning. With the water so shallow and the conditions not normal for this time of year, I think it's going to be like that all day, no matter where I go, especially Soggy Ass. That was bad last week, and other than a couple of wee tiny showers, it hasn't rained for 3 weeks maybe. It's a bit of a worry. We'll see though. So a couple more casts here. I haven't seen anything coming up. I'd normally expect to see a few fish coming up in this wee riffle here, or behind that fallen down tree, which I've been trying to cast up to without getting as close as I can without getting snagged. But I think with being so bright in the water, being so shallow, the fish are either under the bank or hiding away under the overhang there. So I think I'm on to plums here. One more cast, see if I can tempt anything up. Oh, that was shite. Right, one more cast other than that cast, is I don't know what happened there. The line just folded back on itself. Right. So that covers that whole run then, if I come down that wee riffle. Yep. So I'm going to go up to the next deeper pool, which is just like 50 yards or so up. I can't really get to it from here. I have to get back onto the path and then come back into the water. So, did I get that? Yeah, I did. Let's try that. Right, made it to the brig. Easter Monday, and the Croy were unfishable, so I just gave them a bye for now. So I'm just going to spend a few minutes just casting along under that tree there, and a wee bit further down where there's some shelter. Still not seeing anything moving. Now, ordinarily there'd be a couple of fish on the downstream side of the brig there. You cannot get to them, you know, and they're quite confident. You know, you see them coming up frequently and just sort of cruising around midstream, but they're not there today. So I think maybe the water's again too shallow and bright. So that's the last time I'm going to mention the water. I know I've done that a few times now, but for anybody that's watching this that's thinking they'll maybe come out, just be aware that these are the conditions. We need a couple of days of rain followed by a couple of days of decent sunshine to get the river where it should be at this time of year. But there's no rain forecast until the weekend, I think, or the late weekend, like Sunday, Monday. This is Thursday, so it's going to be like this for a couple more days anyway. I don't think it's going to get any better. Bit of a wind coming up there. But just normally, I say normally as if, you know, you've got a guarantee of catching a fish. But where I catch fish here, if I catch anything at all, is just there. It's kind of long, flattish rock. There's a wee holding pool there. If I catch fish in this pool, that's where I catch them. There's a lot of bubbles on the water, but not a lot of leaf detritus or insect life. So I have to wait and see if the fish can be tempted up. There is a hatch of little gnats and a couple of bigger flies, but not very much. It's only like 11 o'clock or something in the morning, so we haven't quite reached the warmest part of the day yet, so maybe there'll be a hatch as I go further up. Just have to wait and see. This happened there last time I came out far too early, trying to get in before everybody else, and it wasn't until I was packing up and leaving that there was any sort of hatch, so that was a mistake on my part. I did catch one, but it got away just at the net. I'm counting that as a catch because I caught it. I'm not going to linger too long here. I noticed when I came down over the brig there was a couple of dog walkers going upstream, so they'll probably go into the sandy pool and hopefully not the pines. Most people avoid that because it's difficult to get to, but I've got a feeling I'm going to have to contend with dog walkers all day, which is fine, you know. The river doesn't belong to me. I've got no say in that at all. It's just a bit of a pain in the arse sometimes. Right, one more cast here into that wee holding pool and then we're off up to the pines next. Maybe the road brig, I'll see. If you don't see me at the road brig, I just skipped it. But I'm definitely going to have a cast at the pines. There's nothing down here. Right, so we've made it up to Soggy Ass. Not my favourite pool to fish. It can be a wee bit difficult sometimes, just with the conditions underfoot and the fact that there's at least 3 or 4 different seams moving at any one time where you've cast. It can make it awkward at best. But I know the pool does hold fish, so it's always worth a pop. Even though I catch maybe, what, 10% of the time I fish this pool, the times I do catch, it's definitely worth it. There's some activity across in this old barracks there. Telford Barracks, I think. I'm not sure. But it's been just lying abandoned for a few years, but there's some works going on, so there may be a wee bit noise, construction and the like. There was talk of turning it into some sort of garden city a few years ago, but the funding fell through for it or whatever. Who knows? But with Edinburgh City Council's appetite for building with scant regard for the environment, I'm pretty sure that will be just another feeder village for the city within a year or two. And any pretence of it being, you know, a new sort of wee quiet place will be right out the window. I'm going to spend a few minutes here just casting into that far bank, because I know there are fish that will sit there all day. I've got some new flies I might try here, maybe on the way back down, because I'm really lazy and I hate tying and retying. But it's things I bought for just to see on one of the Chinese websites, Temu or Wish or whatever, which one it is. What the hell is that? Oh, it's peawees. Right, is that a fish just come up down there, or is that a bird taking a shit out of the water? It can be hard to tell. Maybe one of those birds shitting. Aye, so I'm up at the canal. I've been stalking the pool for the last, what, 40 yards, but there's been nothing shown, so I'm stalking nothing. Just hoping something will rise, but so far, nada. The pool here's completely changed, and it's makeup. Bloody aeroplanes. Just a little one this time, that's not so bad. Yeah, all the silt that sort of lay on the bottom here, which made it kind of nice, easy pool to wade and a good holding spot for fish, is gone. And some of the bigger rocks that created the little riffles that, you know, created the seams where the silt would lie and settle, they're gone too, so the water's just running right through. And I don't know if you'll be able to see, I've got my paranoid lens on the camera here. It's just bare rock, that's all there is. Normally this would be like a couple inches at least deep in soft silty sand, but no, it's just completely changed. So I don't know if this is going to be the pool it used to be for the foreseeable. There's got a tree, buggeration. Right, hang on. Oh. I'm going to get out of here anyway. There's not any real value in fishing this pool for now. I think the fish have moved away. The problem is, if there's no silt, then there's no insect life. If there's no insect life, there's no fish. And that's got whatever knock-on effect that has to the ecosystem. How the hell did I manage to get way up there? Right, let me deal with this and we're going to go around the corner to Faraway 3. Well, we're at Faraway 3, and again I'm just watching for anything rising. But so far, as the story of the day has been, not a sausage. But then it isn't sausage season yet. So I'll have a few casts anyways on the way up to the pool formerly known as Moby Dick. Right, so I'm seeing a fish coming up just the other side of that overhanging branch there, and it might be that big golden coloured one I caught. Was it last season before? Certainly looks like it from what I saw there. Just that flash of gold as it came up. It's good to know it's still there, if it is. I do worry sometimes that people are taking fish from the river for the table. But a fish that size is like important breeding stock, so if you do catch it, please put it back. It'll be years and years before a fish gets that size in the river again, if it ever happens again. So please don't take it out. Let's see if we can get to it. That wind's going to cause me a problem, I think. It might either blow me back downstream, or it's going to blow me right into that bush. Neither of which is ideal. Yeah, this is just further up than I thought it was. It's okay, the water's shallow enough, I can get a little closer. Not too much though. Need to be careful here. saved it. I knew that was going to happen. And cast right into that bloody bush. The wind's died a wee bit, so I might be able to get a little closer. I got it? Yep. Now that's not the big one, but I'll take it. How's it going? Oh, it wants to go downstream. Certainly putting up a good fight for a small fish. Oh, no you don't. I can see it now. Yeah, that's only like a wee half pounder. That's okay though. I take a wee half pounder over a blank every single day. Oh, nah, it saw me there. Doesn't like that at all. Bring some more line in. I'm just wary about bringing my leader in over the eyes. I don't want it to rub and snap off. Oh, between my legs there. Yeah, I think it's tired itself out at last. Nope, still got a bit left. There we are. Oh well, blank broken. That's good. That's me off the starting blocks for the year. So that's, let me see. That's just over half a pound, not quite a pound, maybe 3/4. That's good. Right, we'll get one hooked and get my way.